Howdy folks, welcome back to my attic. I hope you're all well. This time I want to talk about microphones, or more specifically my microphone and the problem I've been having with it. So I'm using the Rode Video Micro mounted above me here, and anybody who's seen my first video, remember I put a metal curtain pole across the top here to use as a lighting and camera and sound rig, which is working really well. But the problem I'm having is the more stuff that I'm mounting onto my camera, the more it's kind of swinging down, and I'm losing that stability. So I want to take my microphone off and use it in a different place. But I also wanted to replace my microphone. Now I have got one of these. This is a microphone boom arm that sits on the edge of your desk, just kind of on a clamp there, which is great. It's really sturdy. The problem is I am a terrible desk toucher. And every time I lean on the desk or do something like that, the reverberation, the vibration from that goes up through the boom arm into the microphone and ends up on my soundtrack, which is not what I want. I can't help it. It's just something I do. So that's why I'm not going to be using that. YouTube research has told me what I need to get is a microphone, a shotgun microphone with something called a cardioid polar profile or polar pattern. And that means it's not taking sound from everywhere, it's just taking sound from the thing it looks at. So doing some more research on YouTube and looking at some reviews, I decided to plump for this one. This is the Takstar SGC-600. And it is a cardioid microphone. It's fairly simple. It's made of plastic. It's not very expensive, but it does get some good reviews. On the back here, it's got the on-off switch there. It's got the low-pass filter, and then it's got plus or minus 10 decibels for peaking. And then it's got an extendable kind of concertina telephone wire type thing. Now that, whilst it's a TRS connector on one end, on the other end it's hardwired straight into the microphone there, so you can't put your own in there. You're gonna have to put a different connector on there. You're gonna have to put like an extension lead if you want it longer than this, or plug it straight into your camera, obviously. And it runs off a single AA battery, which is included in the package. So I've not actually tried the sound quality on this yet. I don't know what it sounds like, so we'll have a look at, or rather listen to that at the end of this, and we can do a comparison between the Rode Video Micro and the Takstar. Now the other thing I wanted to do was, as well as I say, replacing the microphone, I wanted to move it away from being mounted on the camera. And so I started looking around for solutions for that, and I couldn't really find one. So I thought, right, I'm gonna have to figure one out myself. So what I wanted to do was, the solution I came up with was to get a microphone boom arm and then mount it upside down and hang it off that ceiling rig that I built. So I looked around on the Amazon place and had a look at a few different ones, and they range from like £11 to about £250 depending on what you want. So I picked one that wasn't particularly the cheapest, but one that was, it looked like it had good reviews and it looked like it was well made, and that was this one. It's the Gator Frameworks. I'd never heard of Gator Frameworks, to be honest with you, and so I had a look on the web to see who they were and what they did. And they make all sorts of stuff, but primarily around studio and stage equipment. So they make all these great big cases for amplifiers and things like that, and professional stage equipment, studio equipment. But they've got on Amazon, they've got a range of smaller stuff, going down from little clamps and microphone boom arms like this up to full-blown monopod vlogging setups, which look really cool if you haven't got a lot of space. So this is the arm itself. Now the first thing I noticed when I took it out of the box was it's pretty heavy. It's actually 600 grams, so it's not made of kind of cheap tin pot metal. It's good sturdy steel construction. That obviously mounts on your microphone stand, and then this can slide backwards and forwards, and that's controlled by a little thumb screw there. And then on the end you've got a similar thumb screw here, which when you undo it allows you to telescope it to its full extent, which from the microphone stand to the end, to the microphone itself, is 76 centimeters. Now when it's fully extended, there's no flex in it. It's really really robust. So that's what that is. On the back here there's a grab handle, so you can move it around, and then it comes with a cable guide just here, which you can pop off and put on the front end if you need to. And then the business end, if you like, is it's got I think one's European and one's American. So the outside is a male 5/8 thread and the inside is a female 3/8 thread. So I intend to mount it that way up, as I say, and I'm going to need to add a few bits of gubbins to that to make it work. So the first thing I bought was this, which is a Neewer Superclamp. Now as with all Neewer products, it's really nicely made. It's got a cold shoe mount on one side, as you can see there, and on the other side you've got a 3/8 and 1/4 inch threads, and it just kind of winds in and out like that. So that's going to clamp around the top end there on my curtain pole. And then I want to convert it so that connects to there, so it will sort of hang thusly. And then for the microphone end, I bought this. This is the Utebit, I think it's pronounced, Utebit. It's just a mini ball head. Again, it's nicely made. You get 2 of these in a pack for a tenner off Amazon. Very handy, always really handy to have this kind of thing. So that's going to mount on the end of there, and then the microphone will attach to that. But obviously I'm going to need some little connectors and things to make that all happen. So I got these also off Amazon, and this is a box of connectors, which are there's 3/8 and 1/4 inch threads, male and female. There's all sorts of things going on here. Always handy to have this kind of thing in photography studio. And then I got this, which is a similar thing, but this is all geared around microphone stands. So it's a load of adapters for the microphone stand, which are rolling away there. So one of these connectors is a 5/8 male to a 3/8 female, which is exactly what I need to bring down that microphone, normal microphone stand. So I'll just screw that into there, nice and tight, and that's brought that size down to a more manageable, useful size now. One of the other things I have is this, which is just a standard cold shoe mount, but it's a 3/8 thread on it, so that can slot into that cold shoe mount on the Superclamp. So that's now a 3/8 male into a 3/8 female. So screw these things together, and that's now half of the solution. So Superclamp into a cold shoe mount, into a 3/8 to 5/8 connector, and then onto the microphone. So that will hang off my ceiling rig now. So for the other end, we open up this box here. One of these, that one in fact, is a 3/8 male to 1/4 inch male. And again, that will just screw into there, reducing that, or creating a 1/4 inch connector. And then the Utebit ball head will then screw directly onto there, giving me exactly what I need to connect my microphone. So the last thing is actually attach the microphone itself, which will screw onto there, but I'm not going to do that now because then the microphone is going to be hanging around while I'm trying to fasten it. So I'm going to fasten this into the ceiling onto my rig now, and then I'll use my iPhone and just show you how it looks and what the solution looks like. So there you go. I'm filming on my iPhone now, so I don't know if the sound quality is any good, but you can see the Takstar SGC-600 is now attached to that ball head mount, which then goes up to this crossbar here, and rather nicely the extended part of the arm here has braced against the ceiling, because one of the problems I was having with this being round, it was rotating as I put more weight on it. It was difficult, so that's braced that for me as well now. But I think that's quite an elegant solution, and it allows me to point the microphone pretty much anywhere I want to now. So I'll give that a go, connect up the sound, go back on the other camera and see what it sounds like. Right, so this is the sound quality from the new microphone. I'm hoping it sounds better. I may need to adjust the decibel settings, but I'm hoping it's clearer and picking up my voice more than my reflected voice. So that's the solution in place, and quite happy with it, with the way it looks. Just need to figure out, make sure it sounds okay. Again, thank you for watching. If you've found this useful in any way, please do like and subscribe. I'll put links to everything I've used in the bottom of the video, and I'll see you next time.